Great job. So let's just recap. I is what? N is what? T. I. M. Manage your emotions. So the next step for intimacy is what we call advancement. Because of time, I'm going to really try to be brief, so we can stick to time, because we'd like to take a few questions after. So what we're talking about is that two of you must be advancing together. That's one of the things that builds intimacy, when you are both making progress together. The Bible says that two are better than one, for they have a good reward for their labor. Two of you coming together must be making you better. Two of you coming together must bring reward. It says when one is down, the other can pull him up. That's what marriage is supposed to be. It's supposed to be, we'll bring our synergy together, and then two of us will be able to work together to achieve what we are both called to achieve. Sometimes I know that it may require your being persistent in helping your partner, because sometimes men especially are guilty of this. They don't hear from here. This is decoration. So you find yourself saying the same thing over and over and over and over again. And the reason is because men are not externally motivated because of what they are called to do. They're called to be visionaries. So if they're externally motivated, it's dangerous, because that means anyone can easily make them change their minds about things. So men are more internally motivated. However, if you are insistent enough in showing them that what I'm trying to get you to do is for your own good, sometimes, I didn't say all the time, sometimes they catch on. So I'll give you an example. Pascal, when it comes to gadgets and technology, he's quite slow to catch up. And I'm sure that a lot of people find that hard to believe because of how big he's on Instagram, social media, and all of that. But remember, first of all, he was so fixated on his phone, I forced him to get a BlackBerry phone. And then when everyone was moving out of BlackBerry into normal other Android phones, he was the last man standing.
Yes,
he kept saying it, I will be the last. I said, they're not giving an award for the last person. Let's move on so you can do things that other people can do. Then Facebook came. And I was like, honey, Facebook is where everyone is. You like people. You'll be able to connect with people all over the world. It was like, no, what are we going to do there? Just put our pictures? No, I'm not interested. Eventually, he got on Facebook. Then everyone moved. Well, most people moved to Instagram. And then Pastor K, let's go to Instagram. Pastor K said, never! I will never move to Instagram. I think, it's even boring. We just put our pictures. Then I think we couldn't do videos at the time when it first started, yes. So we just put our pictures. I don't like myself that much. I don't put a picture of myself. What am I doing? He went on and on. So what I did, I opened up an Instagram page for him. Tried to post a few pictures, tried to do a few things, tried to get him to come on. He refused. After about a year and a half, must have been a year and a half. So something happened. I put up, men are competitive by nature. It's the thing given to them to succeed, right? If a man doesn't have that drive, he will be okay. See, your mates are doing well. And it's like, okay, bless God for them. That's okay. He doesn't want to move. But if he sees, someone doing well, he's, inspired to do well as well. So I remember that I put up a post of my son, David. And then for some reason, people just love children, pictures of cute babies on social media. So everybody liked the post. And so he was just scrolling and I was like, I don't understand, this post is really moving. And he said, how many likes? And I said, I just put it up and it has 1,000 likes. That was back then. And I was like, maybe 2016 or something. And he said, you put a post of David and he has 1,000. That means, so he calculated it as human being. He said, 1,000 people. That's a whole service. Let's imagine. He said, so first service, everybody liked. He said, that means you can reach 1,000 people. The next day, my husband said, come and show me how to do this thing. So he got really popular on Instagram and he started making a lot of, started doing a lot on Instagram. And then I said to him, I think you should go on YouTube. Because I think that you reach a larger crowd. And we had been on TV at that time for about 10 years. And we were paying to be on TV. And everyone was watching on their phone. They were no longer watching. So I was like, let's go to YouTube. My husband said, no, I'm tired of all these movements. If you start this thing, it's a trap. We keep moving. But I was insistent. Now my point is this. if your partner is doing well, whether male or female, your partner is doing well, they feel good about themselves, and they feel good about themselves, they'll treat you well. It's just people are just happy. So hurting people hurt people. Happy people make other people happy. We just have to think of the flip side. So I knew that there were things he wanted to achieve, and these were vehicles for him to achieve it, but he just wasn't seeing it. So I had to be persistent in pushing him in a polite way, because I can't lead him, he's still the head. I can't force him to do what he doesn't want to do. But I had to be a bit insistent, you know. So I told him, I think I talked to him about YouTube for 2 whole years. Every time we'd be in a staff meeting, and they say, oh, we need to reach this, we need to do that. I'm like, let's just go on YouTube. Pascal say, no, let's have that YouTube conversation later. Then I got everybody on the team to be on my side, and we started pushing, and then eventually I said, okay, let's do this. I'm not even saying let's leave TV, that STV that you're on. Let's just try YouTube for 2 months. If you don't like it, then forget about it. Then we did YouTube, and it seemed like the whole world was all of a sudden there, and then they paid him. Mother said, wait, explain this to me again. And then he said, that STV, go and cancel that. And somehow, just being on social media and being insistent, and I kept saying to him, let's push only one thing. You know, the one thing that you have been assigned to, which is relationship. You teach a lot of things. Let's not do all those things. At first he didn't agree. He tried to do a feature. I tried to do this. I'm like, let's just stick to what. And somehow that just changed everything for our ministry. So today, all those things is because I was insistent in pushing. When one is down, another person can pull up. And it's the same thing on the other side. He's my biggest cheerleader and coach, because sometimes I'm very tough. So biggest coach and cheerleader. So the point is, both of you must be making progress together. Don't feel insecure if your partner is doing well and you're not doing as well as you think you ought to. Just have conversations about, okay, so what are you doing? Because sometimes I find that the person may be doing well. In fact, we have a couple, and the guy runs a business, but I know his wife is the real, so he's a people person. He's very bad with the books, very bad with delivery. He can market, he can sell anything to you. But when it's time to deliver on that thing, he just doesn't have the strength. But his wife is amazing. She's bringing millions of dollars into the organization she works for, which is a global, industry, and she's well known. But you are at home and saying she's just my wife. I'm like, take advantage of what God has blessed you with. She's your wife, she can help you. Until he finally listened just a couple of years ago, and things have turned around in his business. So sometimes God has already put, not sometimes, I believe all the time, that God has put what you need in your marriage. But a lot of times we just don't see them for who they really are. When Jesus met that woman at the well, he said to her, if you knew who was talking to you and the gift of God. She had no idea who was talking to her at the time. All of us are craving to see Jesus now. She had the opportunity to give him water. Sometimes the person that has been handed to you is all you need for your advancement. If you would just listen and work with them, your marriage will be happy and you build intimacy.
So the key in advancement is that you should be interested in the advancement of your partner. That's what we're really saying. So whenever you see your partner, you constantly be checking, how can I help this person become what they are meant to be? I see a lot of couples that are not interested in each other's lives. The man is struggling with his business, the woman is struggling with her career. They are not helping each other. Two are better than one. So there's no way I will be here today if not for the input of my wife. So I don't know how people get married and don't allow their partners play a role in their lives. All right, your husband, the same thing with you, your career. Oh, what courses do you need to do? I can help you read out the courses. I can help you study. You constantly, people love it when you are interested in their advancement and well-being. It just makes both of you, your hearts grow fonder. That's what we're saying. Like you said, we know many couples that they would have been better if they were both interested in each other. But the woman is doing her own thing on this side, the man is doing his own thing on this side. They are not pouring into each other. Trust me, when the Bible says two are better than one, or that it's not good for man to be alone, God knows what he's saying. If another person gives that outside perspective, that outside push, different studies have shown that motivation plays a major role in our lives. Just having an external party. It's easy to advise other people for their own issue. It's not so easy to advise yourself. That's what God created. That's why we need each other. All right, when you are motivating somebody here, even you have not motivated yourself, but you can motivate another person easily, and that extra push helps that person. So advancement, how can you help your partner be better at what they do? So that's the assignment for that point. How can I help you to be better at what you do, be bigger, greater, more successful? All right.